at a rapid pace. I'm not going to be using the same... Whoa. How you doing, Duff here? Just I'm waiting for my GPS to sync up. I'm going to be taking the Sherman. Say hi, Cindy. There's Cindy picking weeds. I'm going to be taking the Sherman out to Ave Maria and back. It's going to be my version of a range test. And yeah, GPS is acquiring satellites. So as soon as it acquires them, I'll be back. All right, guys, we're on the road. It's early. It's Friday morning, about a little after 9 a.m. And I'm intentionally going this early. I haven't even got my Dunkin' Donuts coffee because I'm trying to beat the more than likely rainy weather that will be rolling in probably sometime around lunchtime or so. So I'm going to be shooting out to Ave Maria and back at a rapid pace. I'm not going to be using the same... Whoa! Jeez. Wow. There you see what happens with the weight of the Sherman. It actually just tipped over on me. I could not hold it up easily. So anyways, I'm not going to be using my normal, well, not necessarily normal, but on my last 3 range tests that I've done with the V11 pre-production, the V11 production, and the S18 pre-production, I kept my speed at approximately 20 miles an hour. I'm not going to be doing that today. I'm going to be going as fast as I feel comfortable, because obviously there's no problem with making the trip in the Sherman, and I don't have that much time. I got a lot of stuff to do. So that's the plan. I have Darknessbot running in my pocket. Darknessbot for some reason doesn't, well, I shouldn't say that. It doesn't seem like the Sherman, at least this particular Sherman, wants to charge all the way to 100 volts. It came right off the charger, and Darknessbot was showing is at 99.5 volts, which equated to 95% battery, supposedly. So, I don't know, it's not a big deal. But just a behavior, at least with this, this model that I'm riding. Man, this thing's loud, huh? But I still like it. You guys may be wondering, what is in the middle of your chest, Duff? No, I'm not Iron Man. No, that's not my nuclear reactor. No, that person wasn't paying attention back there. This is a Insta360 Go. It's a tiny, I think it's 25 grams, stabilized action camera, but it really has a very specific use. It's really just for capturing mostly short clips from interesting positions, basically. Because it's so small, you can stick it in a lot of places. It can, like, if you click it once, it can do a clip, a standard video clip up to 60 seconds. It defaults to 30 seconds. If you turn it on and you press the button again, it takes a photo. If you have it on and you press it twice, it does a hyperlapse. It's either a 15 or 30-minute hyperlapse, which actually is what I'm doing right now with it. And then if you do a triple button click, it's slow motion. So yeah, we're gonna see how it is. See how I can work it out into the footage. See how cool it or not cool it is. I swear, guys, 30 miles an hour on the Sherman feels like 20 miles an hour on most of my other wheels, honestly. You know, I just accelerate to what feels good on the wheel, and I look at my GPS, and I'm going 30 miles an hour plus. A very unique experience with this wheel. And we got people in the bike lane. Yeah, I've been 30 miles an hour plus almost the entire time so far, about 3 miles in. So last night I had a live stream. My replacement V11 and S18 both showed up yesterday at the same day. I thought it'd be a unique opportunity to live stream. I had both of them up on the table, had the Sherman leaning on the wall nearby. Had about a 2-hour live stream, covered various topics as usual. Had some technical difficulties as usual, but I think it went well. I totally did not announce it. I didn't pre-plan it. I just kind of, you know, posted something on my community section on my YouTube page and fired it up. Yeah, it was good. There's going to be lots and lots of content coming between the 3 wheels over the next, you know, couple weeks. Man, it's just crazy how easy it is to cruise the speed on this thing. Oh, maybe I am having an emotional reaction. I don't know, man. If you're commuting, you know, and you know, your commute involves a lot of open road like this, you're going to cut down your commute time significantly, because you're just going to naturally find yourself riding faster. So those of you that were tuned into the live stream last night, there were 2 things I found interesting when I was going over the V11 and the S18. On the S18, I was surprised to see that my wheel still had that little metal spacer block in between the slider tubes, because I guess the latest iteration of the S18s, they've eliminated that little block altogether that potentially caused binding for some people. They eliminated it altogether and changed the frame, so there was just a solid piece of metal across there now, because I saw that in multiple spots. And Zen Lee told me that his brand new S18 didn't have that metal block in it either. When I looked at mine, it still had it. So my wheel evidently was in an earlier production run, so I was a little surprised by that. But I knocked that block out over the during the stream, and I did definitely notice that I seem to have less resistance on the slide tubes with that block out than with it in, so I removed that. The other thing that was interesting to me was on my V11, one of the things that they've complained about with the V11, you know, to various testers, Marty especially, was the cap that they have on the bottom valve on the suspension has a tendency to come off and also take a lot of abuse in off-roading rocky situations. Marty's were getting so beat up that he actually removed his altogether. But supposedly Inmotion was going to be doing something different with those caps, changing the design up. I remember there was a post on the Electric Unicycle forum that Liam posted, and when I looked at my V11, there was nothing on there whatsoever other than a conventional Schrader valve cap, like you would have on an inner tube, just a cap. And those valves, you know, the valve body is sticking out beyond the enclosure for the shock, so it's still exposed. I was very, very surprised that is what they thought was a good solution there. I'll have a picture of it up there somewhere. So I might try to come up with my own solution, even though I don't do the kind of riding that would normally mess with the valve much. I still think it's something that probably needs to be addressed. All right, let's stop here and let's get a drive-by. Woo! I'm nervous about this thing dropping over now, because I don't have the strength. Once it gets to a certain tipping point, I'm not going to be able to bring it back with just my foot. I mean, just look at this, guys. I'm actually going into a slight headwind right now, it feels. And I'm still carrying you know, 30 miles an hour plus, like it's nothing. It really is kind of nuts. All right, we are already at Ave Maria, about 12.5 miles in. 28:44 is the time on my GPS to go that distance. That's pretty darn fast, guys. This is the part where I wish I had a suspension wheel, but I'll live. Okay, all right, we're gonna go to our normal sit-down spot, check the stats, flip around, and head right back. The other day, I actually took some time and went back over my prior range tests that I've done for various EUCs, and just recorded the key information that I got out of that video, just for comparison's sake. I thought it might be useful in the future, and I'll post that information at the end of the video if you want to see it. And of course, we'll be adding the Sherman's numbers to that list. More construction. Things are hopping at Ave Maria, guys. I guess you know, Catholic town is getting more and more popular. Actually, one of the things that makes it popular, it's one of the few places that you can get new construction, starting in the low 200,000s. Of course, there's a price to pay for that. You live basically in the middle of nowhere. But yeah, it's one of the places that people go for affordable housing, even if they're not dedicated Catholics. They still will live at Ave Maria and just buy their condoms elsewhere. Now entering Ave Maria. Downtown Ave Maria. Mandatory shot of the church. Gotta always get that in there. Speed limit's 25, technically breaking the speed limit currently. I just tried to sit down on this thing. It's too far. It's too far for me. I can't make it. I need a seat. Oh, yeah. Nope. That ain't gonna work. Would have been nice though. I'm just putzing around here a little bit, trying to get some more mileage on. Just let Cindy know that I'm here, if I can find her. Let's see. Cindy. I'm here. Okay, we're at just about 17 miles right now. Let me, I think this is the area that Mickey and I did the high-speed run. Yeah, pretty sure it is. Should I try to hit 40? Should I? Okay, I obviously have enough battery to do this. Got my GPS, so it'll be an accurate thing. I'm just gonna see if I can just tickle 40 here. We'll see. Okay, let's put you out here. Here we go. Like 36. I don't like doing it on the curve here. It just makes me nervous, and then I'm worried about hitting a bump too, so. That was fast, but not quite 40. All right, the GPS is showing 18.25 miles. So we'll park it up, some bumps. Park it up over here and check our numbers. Okay, there's what the on-wheel battery display looks like after 18 miles of high-speed riding for sure. I absolutely did 0 speed limiting whatsoever. Okay. Oh, wow. Max speed 39.3 miles an hour according to DarknessBot. That would be a new record for me. 0.7 miles an hour away from 40. Oh man, that's going to make me want to go back there. Take a picture of that. All right. So it says that the battery is at 68%, and DarknessBot thinks that we went 19.9 miles so far. Interesting. My Garmin says that we went 18.66 miles. So looks like the mileage on DarknessBot might be a little generous. It says the wheel is at 92.3 volts right now. Average speed on that ride was 27.1 miles an hour. Wow, that is my fastest ride out here by a long shot. Wow. All right, so all's good. Maybe I'll see if I can go do a brief shot at speed out on Immokalee Road, maybe, because I think their wind will be to my back a little bit, so we'll see. But all right, let's go. Gotta get the pic for Instagram, right? Let's see, let's move it over a little bit. There we go. All right, done. Okay, camera just shut off on me. What I was saying was I'm now, well over 20 miles into the ride, and my feet don't hurt yet. I'm not quite sure what it is that would make it any different. I mean, the pedals on this are fine, but they're, lengthwise, they're similar to other UCs I've ridden. I'm wondering if it's perhaps the angle. I think the wheel might still be tilted up a little bit from when Marty used it, and it's been fine for me, so I've just left it that way. But knock on wood, so far my feet still feel better than they normally would this far into the ride. Of course, I also am covering the distance significantly faster than normal, so I haven't been on the EUC as long, so that might have something to do with it as well. One thing I did want to mention, after the live stream last night, I did turn on both the V11 and the S18, and I upgraded the firmware on my V11 to 1162, I believe is the version. Man, that took forever. I assume it was the download from Inmotion. It was going at like 56K modem speeds, guys. It literally took me probably 15 minutes just to get the firmware downloaded, maybe 20. But once it did download, it installed cleanly, no problems, so I'm ready to go. I got the 55 km/h top speed enabled on there. I'll be able to do the go home mode. So I'll be doing another range test on that V11 out here to see if we can improve on some of those rather disappointing numbers I got with my first production V11. We're trucking. If you can see the intersection ahead there, that is Everglades Boulevard, and that means there's approximately 5 miles remaining. This is I expected this to be the case, but I mean, this is just confirmed that for open road, getting from point A to point B in the littlest time possible, feeling as stable as possible at high speeds. I've never ridden a wheel that feels that way as much as the Sherman does. It's pretty darn clear. All right, back on Immokalee Road. Doing 33.5 miles an hour, guys. 30 miles. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's my distance. I've gone 33.5 miles. I'm doing 30 miles an hour. So, definitely is new territory for me. A new experience. We'll be going that way sometime soon. That's the road to the swamp. Okay, we're back. That's what the onboard battery indicator looks like. According to my GPS, we've gone 35.08 miles. So let's set you down over here. Let's see what DarknessBot tells me. Feet still don't feel terrible. They started to get a little tingly, but definitely not bad. Okay. Okay, darkness spot is showing 46% battery remaining after 35 miles of high-speed riding. It said that my average speed on that ride was 27.9 miles an hour, way faster than normal. It shows the voltage of the wheel, about 86.5 volts right now. So that's what we used. So not too bad. Being just under half a pack, going out with absolutely no speed limiting there whatsoever. And still have half the pack remaining. That's a new world for me. So guys, that's gonna wrap up the range test. If you found it interesting, whatever, funny, silly, and I'll be posting my 361 Go in this video as well somewhere. Feel free to leave a thumbs up on the video if you feel like it. If you've never been to the channel before, you can always subscribe. You can hit the subscribe button. And if you're gonna hit the subscribe button, there's also a notify bell, which is hanging out over there somewhere that you can always hit as well to be notified of all future uploads. Feel free to leave your comments, suggestions, ideas, and thoughts about the Sherman below. And yeah, over the next few days, you'll see a lot of videos coming out of me, so this will be the first of many. Thanks for riding along. That's all I have for now. Till next time, Duffman out. Zen Garden's coming along.
Are you coming this way?
Hi. So you can say hi.
How was it?
Okay. My top speed on the app was 39.6 miles an hour.
Wow. Isn't it scary going that fast?
Yeah, I didn't say that fast
Yeah,
very
when I
long.
went 40 on the Dualtron,
It's a little scary.
I got holes in them.
Did it work?
Yeah, it just takes a lot of work. They dry out, then I can paint them.
Good.
Make them pretty.
So you ready to get going then?
Yeah, just a few minutes. I can't get a hole in this one. It's really
Yeah.
hard.
Okay.